You're listening to Bye Bye Baby, a Dob Berman production.
Hey guys, Mariana here. Sorry we've been gone for so long, and we hope you're all staying safe. Stay in your homes, wash your hands, take care of your mental health, all that good stuff. I'm just here to let you guys know that we'll be posting one new episode every week for the next 3 weeks instead of our regularly bi-weekly programming. So don't forget to tune in and stay safe, guys. Now, back to the normal episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bye Bye Baby. This is Maddie. I'll be your babysitter for today. My babies with me today are
Tori,
Anna,
and we're going to be talking about online dating. Let me first start out by saying, if you are not old enough to be on Tinder, you're not old enough to be listening to this podcast. Second of all, we are not dating gurus. We are very far from that, indeed.
two of us are single. So,
oh, I'm the one that's not.
Good job, Anna.
Thank you.
But we're going to be giving you a bit of an insight on our experiences with online dating, and hopefully that can help you guys in some way, shape, or form. If it doesn't, then at least you got some funny stories along the way.
We don't know anything. Don't take this too serious.
Yeah.
Please. It's a lot of pressure.
But to start off, I just kind of want to get your guys' opinions on online dating, or dating apps. What do you think?
So, personally, I think they're fun and definitely a viable way to meet people. So much of our world right now is online anyway. Literally anyone listening to this podcast, you're online right now.
Did you know?
Welcome to the internet.
But literally, and anyone under the age of 30 has grown up with the internet.
Yeah.
So the next logical step is going to be making friends, making lasting relationships online. I've got plenty of friends on Tumblr that I have never met in real life.
That's true.
Personally, I don't want to date any of them because I want to see the person I'm dating in real life. But, taking that a step farther, dating apps, I think, are a really good idea. I think anyone over the age of 30, I won't mention any B words here, but,
That sounds like you're talking about bitches. Bitches and hoes.
Okay, bitches.
Just to make sure I'm not offending any bitches, I mean boomers. But
She said it.
Oh, man. We're going to get demonetized.
Were we monetized?
no, not at all. But literally, anyone over the age of 30 who is criticizing the way that we're meeting significant others, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's fair. I take it with a bit of a grain of salt because I'm a cautious human and I'm scared of everything. Mm-hmm. So you want to be safe. That's most of what my concern is, because you can't know necessarily what a person's all about until you have connected with them on a very, deep level. Any of you guys could still serial killer me.
Serial killer you.
Yeah.
It's taken. Now a verb.
You can't even. You're taken.
Just because I'm in a relationship, you can't murder me?
I was thinking through, online dating.
No, but, what I mean is, if you just go out and meet anyone who wants to meet you, your chances of meeting a murderer or a rapist are higher. And I don't think they're bad. I just want people to be safe. I'm
mom-friending. Online dating, not rapists and murderers.
I don't want rapists and murderers to be safe. I want them to be afraid for their life because I will get them.
Oh.
You should be scared of Anna. She's scary.
Yeah, I knit all the time. I've got great wrist strength.
The way that I see online dating, if I'm honest, I haven't, met anyone in person from online dating, but it's been a great segue for me when I was, understanding my sexuality. So I think online dating is awesome. Personally, I don't think that I could meet someone online and have, a long meaningful relationship with them because I will probably never meet them in person. If I meet them online, I'm sorry, but our relationship is probably going to stay online because I'm a scaredy cat.
Are you a ghoster? Do you ghost people?
Are you a ghost? Are you alive?
I mean, full disclosure, I have definitely ghosted people, especially
Yeah.
online
She's solid.
relationships. And
She poked me. I'm solid. Well, I definitely have. But at the same time, I don't think I've ghosted anyone that I was like seriously talking to. And I'm doing talking with quotation marks, you know, that phase before dating when you don't have the label, but you're basically dating.
You're like feeling each other out.
Yeah. See, I haven't gotten to that
Anna's
point and then
staring
ghosted someone.
longingly at Max here, by the way.
He doesn't exist.
Max is manning the tech today.
It's distracting for me.
But fuck, what was I saying?
We were talking about
Ghosting.
yeah.
So I have ghosted people, but I am not a serial ghoster. So I think that dating apps can be really useful, especially for young people that live in a place that, you know, they've lived there their whole lives and they're trying to meet new people outside of their little bubble that they've lived in for however many years.
Yeah.
Or like if you're shy and you're just trying to get better at talking to people, I think they're really great. And that's how I kind of used it.
I get that. That makes sense. I guess I just hear the horror stories and I'm like, I must protect all my babies. Even ones I don't know.
Yeah. Anna is everyone's mother.
I am like high-key mom friend.
Yeah.
So like as far as dating apps or websites, which ones have you guys used? I'm curious.
It's a little, I mean,
I feel like we kind of have similar experiences.
Yeah.
Just from the little bit we've mentioned.
for the most part, besides BiCupid, which is the site that I used to find my last serious relationship, which was a polyamorous one.
I never knew this site existed, and I'm really upset that I didn't know until now.
I thought she said BiCuspid at first.
That's a tooth.
It is.
A dating site for dentists. No.
For bisexual dentists.
Oh my
Write
god.
this down. We need to copyright this.
Yes, write it down.
Anyone listening, you can't have our idea.
Yeah.
BiCuspid.com is trademarked by
Us.
Dob Berman and
Bye
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 Bye Baby.
LLC.
LLC.
But I use BiCupid just between dates, I suppose. I was like, you know, looking online. For the most part, I used online, I wouldn't call them dating apps. They're more like fetish or sexting.
Same here, in all honesty, but my situation's a little bit different. I only ever used one, and I was not serious about it. I was trying to make someone jealous.
Oh, I had a couple of doms, like...
Oh, I had a couple.
Okay, you gotta name the websites. Come on, guys.
Collar
So-
space. Collar space.
Collar space. Ooh.
Mine was less that you talked on that and more like you found each other's Snapchat handles on there and then messaged each other on Snapchat. But it was
That happened to me a lot, too.
BDSMsexting.com.
I was gonna say, like, neither of you were on FetLife.
That was
tried
too hardcore
FetLife.
for me.
It was it's a little intimidating when you get on there at first because they ask you all of these questions and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, wow, I didn't even.
I don't know what I'm into. I just
Yeah.
want to
Yep.
like.
And you're scared to like talk in any of the spaces because it's definitely a safe space. It's definitely a safe place for people who are already into that scene and they know people, they've got connections, or if they're more comfortable in their fetishes. It's definitely a safe space, period. But it's really nerve-wracking to get in there, you know, as a 20-something-year-old, and you have no idea, you don't know anyone, you have no idea what you're into, and you're scared to make that first step.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to reiterate again. My story was I had met this really great guy. He's sitting next to me right now. And he wasn't giving me the signals that he was into me too.
Just say I was being a dick, darling.
He was being a dick.
There we go.
He was being a dick, and I was like, well, how do I make a guy date me? And I didn't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I can't help you with
and
that.
I was like, okay,
All of my
I've tried
answers
sending
involve
nudes.
sex.
That didn't work. I tried that.
Oh.
And I did all this stuff. You know, I called him all the time. Like, I mean, we called each other. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make him jealous. And I was like, oh, hey, since you got me into this BDSM stuff, I'm going to get it on this BDSM website. And he was like, oh, cool. And I was like, well, that didn't work. So I just kept sharing my stories from it. Eventually, he did pull his head out of his ass. So it worked out in the end, but I wouldn't recommend it as like a long-term strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
I haven't gotten into any, like, online, like, on the interwebs sort of, like, dating or even, like, fetish sites. I mean, I've definitely heard about them, and I've considered testing the waters there, but
They're definitely fun. It's a lot less.
I'm definitely, like, what you were mentioning about, like, FetLife, how it's a lot to, like, dive into when you're new to it. So I haven't gotten there, but I am a bit of a dating app connoisseur. I am ashamed to admit it, but I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be ashamed to admit it.
Right.
But it was really useful for me when I first came out. I tried out a laundry list of apps. I tried Tinder, Bumble, Her, Coffee Meets Coffee Meets Bagel.
Okay, what is Coffee
fuck
Meets
is that?
Bagel?
Honestly, I don't know. I just looked up.
Did you meet any cute bagels?
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Cute cups of coffee instead of like a tall
No,
glass of water. it's a
I
cute
am
cup of
coffee. I am coffee.
Oh.
I mean,
you
I must
know?
have been looking for another cup of coffee or a bagel.
Here's a
How
question.
do you know?
Here's a question.
I don't know.
How do you
You're a bagel, Anna. You're a bagel.
How do you know?
How do you identify?
She's a bagel,
listeners?
too.
Is this
Why am
because
I a
we're not
bagel?
tops?
Okay, wait, listeners.
Bingo.
Let us know at the end of this byebybabypodcast@gmail.com. How do you identify coffee or bagel?
Is it that coffees are tops? Is that it?
Oh.
I don't know. Is it? We may never know. Okay, but moving on from that. As Anna growls at me.
So Coffee Meets Bagel, Bumble, Her, all these.
I downloaded
dating apps.
Plenty of Fish, but it was too much work to get it going. Same with Match. Too much work. No thanks. So I pretty much just stuck with Tinder, Her, and Bumble. Those were my favorites. But Her is definitely my favorite. If you are a woman and you are anything other than straight, I'm telling you, go to Her. It's great. Go to Her. It's really awesome. It's kind of like a whole social networking site as well as like a dating app.
Oh, that's cool.
But when I was on Tinder, I swear to God, it is literally the worst place if you are bisexual.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I put it in my bio that I was bisexual. Big mistake. Don't do that.
You immediately, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you immediately get texts from couples
Yes.
wanting threesomes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And the way that they always do this is it's the girl that approaches you.
Ugh.
Because
That
girls,
makes it better.
yeah, girls are less threatening. So a girl will message you and be like, "Hey, you're beautiful, you're cute, whatever. How's it going?"
Which is a
And
great start.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you are, on Tinder, that's a great start. Be like, hey, say something about their profile. Be like,
Yes.
you're really beautiful. I love, the picture of you on the beach. Like, you look great.
Yeah. So they'll start it off as like a normal conversation and you're like, okay, I'm kind of digging this girl. Cool. And then they drop this bomb and go, so would you be interested in a threesome with my boyfriend? And I literally
Those are
barf
such
in my
gross
mouth.
Noises, please stop.
Sorry.
That's how it made us feel, though.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
didn't need to feel it physically.
So first tip, if you are bisexual, don't put that in your dating profile on Tinder. Because if you're on Tinder, you can only set it to, like, if you want to see boys, you can just see boys. If you want to see girls, you can just see girls. Or you can see boys and girls. But if you're seeing girls, sometimes they just want, like, sometimes they're just looking for friends. Like, if the girls that are showing up in, like, the deck or whatever,
Yeah.
sometimes they're just looking for friends.
What?
Or
No,
they
that's true.
are girls that are in, like, hetero relationships, and they're just looking for
A good time.
a third to their two. Which, you know, if that's what you're looking for, cool, go to Tinder. But honestly, if you're bisexual, I would totally recommend you go to her. It's really cool. They have a bunch of different sections where, like, you can go and post just kind of like you would, like, on Twitter or Facebook, where it's like a news feed for different subjects. Like, there's even, like, a not safe for work section, and people post their nudes, and it's so much fun.
That does sound fun.
Yeah, it's really empowering. But I actually met a girl on her, and it was, like, the first chance that I ever, like, really got to, I don't know, flirt with a girl, because I'm from Kansas, and that is the Bible Belt, and there's not a lot of
Hallelujah.
not straight people there.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is where you guys are from as far as that goes.
I mean, Florida, we're pretty liberal given who our governor is right now.
Yeah. Well, especially because you're from, like, Central Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, so Central Florida, okay, any Americans listening, you will know what I mean. The further south you get in Florida, the more Cuban. The more Cuban everything is. The further north you go in Florida, the more southern everything is. But when that sweet spot right in the middle, that is a little bit of the north in the south somehow. We're not sure how that happened, but that's where I come from.
And I come from the north. And I had to say, we try to be liberal. There was a gay kid at my school. There was a gay kid at my school, and he was not bullied past middle school. And frankly, everyone was bullied in middle school. So we consider that progress.
Well,
Everyone in my school thought I was a lesbian. And I was
Okay,
only
I
bullied
got
for that
that
a little
too.
bit. I was only bullied for being a lesbian when they thought I was cheating on my lesbian girlfriend that wasn't.
your girlfriend.
Wow,
was
they're
not.
so supportive.
And they were all really nice to her for a week, and they were really mean to me for a week. And it turns out that it was just because I had sat on one of our mutual friends' laps during gym class because I was cold, and none of us were dating. Either of each other.
Okay, that was definitely different for me. I am a touchy-feely person. Like, I sit on everyone's laps
Yeah,
at
me
lunch,
too.
especially since I'm small enough that I could fit between everyone and the table. So I was, like, there, and,
I got
like,
put
I'd just
on a
be
lot of
sitting on
laps
everyone's
then,
laps.
too, because I was also pretty small, and honestly, it wasn't always good. There were some weird guys in my friend group.
But, sorry, going back to her, also as another bisexual, I would definitely recommend BiCupid. It's not very popular. It's not a very popularized dating app, but it's where I found my last relationship with L and B, and they were really wonderful to me. And they were a couple, and we were in a polyamorous relationship, but it wasn't just a one-off. It wasn't just a threesome. It was, you know, a polyamorous relationship. But BiCupid is really nice. It doesn't have anything cool like a not safe for work section. That's awesome. But it was really nice because you can say, obviously everyone on there is bisexual because it's BiCupid.
Yeah.
But you can say whether you are okay with couples like approaching you or whether you're not okay with it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and because of that, couples can make an account that's literally a couple's account. And so they can come out, they can, you know, come and talk to you and say, hey, we are, you know, dude and dudette. We want to like
Dude
talk
and
to you.
dudette.
we want to talk to you. We want to Skype you. We want to snap you. Like whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. And it's a really good community to get to. If you're like into polyamorous relationships at all, that's a really good place to find
cool.
someone. But
cool.
my people were in Ohio. That's the only bad thing is
Yeah.
it's a little spread out.
That's
so.
the thing with online dating is, like, you have to know going into it if, one, you're okay with possibly entering a long-distance relationship,
Yeah.
or if you just want to stay local. Which, for me, going into it... Oh,
Hello, Hemi.
And there's our daily Hemi. Hello,
there is
Hemi.
our mascot. But going into dating apps, I honestly, I wasn't looking to go on a date with anyone because I was too much of a scaredy cat to actually meet someone in person. But I just wanted to, like, practice talking with girls because, you know, I realized my sexuality past, like, you know, that awkward teenage phase. So, like, everyone had already gone through that, and I wasn't confident to do it in person. So I went into it knowing that I wasn't going to meet anyone. So I was okay, like, meet anyone in person. So I was okay with meeting people that were outside of my state or city or whatever.
Right.
And that's how I met another girl named Elle. I won't say her whole name.
This is Maddie's L, not Tori's
My Elle. And she and I are still, like, super cool. We met on her, when was it? It was not this past August, but the year before. So we've known each other for a little over a year now, and we still talk to this day. And it was always, like, very flirtatious and cute and whatever, and we talked about meeting each other in person, but it just kind of wasn't, you know, wasn't gonna happen. Right. But I think it helped break me out of my shell. Like, it helped me feel a little bit more confident to talk to girls in person, maybe. I'm still not as confident as I wish I would be, but
I love talking to girls.
As she flips her hair.
Yep.
Dude, I'm sorry, if you're flirting with a girl, I don't know why, but it's so much better than flirting with a guy. Guys, I mean, you know, as bisexual, guys are cute. I like my women like I like my men. That's it. That's the end of the joke. But it's so much more fun to flirt with a girl. Girls are so much more open to literally anything you're saying because, I mean, with a guy, I don't know, I feel like I'm watching what I'm saying, like, all the time. I'm like, oh, is he gonna think I'm a freak? But with a girl, it's like, whatever you say is totally fine. They'll gloss over it. It's so nice. I don't know. I really like talking to girls.
I wish I could say the same. I mean, I like talking to girls, but I don't have the same kind of confidence that you do. So
Tori just exudes confidence at all times.
Guys.
She's also really easy to flirt with.
So Anna, you had mentioned something about when you worked in a bridal shop.
I did. I worked at a bridal shop with a name.
we won't call it, but it'll be Anna's bridal
Anna's
shop.
Bridal. Anna's Bridal.
Anna's bridal.
That's actually kind of a dream. That'd be awesome. I did. I sold wedding gowns for about 6-7 months. And I found this very weird thing that I would be helping a bride into her gown, and we'd be chatting, and I'd say, oh, you know, who's your fiance? How did you two meet? I tried to use gender-neutral language because I'm not a monster. And it was a lot of, oh, it's too embarrassing. And I'd be like, I've heard so many stories. Do you want to hear some of them? Because someone met their significant other in a wrestling ring on a yacht in the Caribbean.
Oh, that's badass.
Right? Please tell me that was actually, like, someone literally answered that.
Yes. It was either where they met or where they were getting married or both.
That's amazing.
But a lot of people would be really embarrassed to admit that they met on a dating app. See, and I honestly think sometimes it had to do with the fact that their mothers were, like, their older relatives, mostly mothers, parents were there.
Sorry.
Oh, my goodness, that cough sounds horrible.
It is. And it's contagious.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
It was very kind of disheartening, honestly. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of, personally, but there is that cultural bias there.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, like, we seem to be so ashamed of it that we met each other on a dating site. One of my best friends, they are pretty much engaged to be engaged. You know,
engaged to be engaged.
Well, they're like looking at rings now, and they're trying to decide like where they want to live, and it's really great. And they met on Tinder. He posted and asked if she wanted to see some puppies, and she was like, hell yes. And they literally got together.
Don't go into his van, but yeah.
Okay, well.
Be wary of people offering to show you their puppies.
Yeah, it sounds very creepy,
Puppy could mean dick.
But
among other things.
It was my friend, the dude. It was my friend, the dude who actually asked, like, do you wanna see some puppies? And literally, like, took a picture of the puppies and was like, I'm babysitting for tonight.
They could be fake puppies.
And
don't trust a picture.
But on the other hand of that, what I'm trying to say is that they met on Tinder, and they're one of the happiest couples I know.
Yeah. A lot of these people have been together, tried and true, marriage-ready relationships.
Yeah.
It's just how the world is.
So I think to wrap all of this up.
Oh no, we're not wrapping this up until I get to tell my story.
Oh, what's your what?
This one.
Oh, okay. So we need to talk about safety.
Yes.
And some precautions when you are on these websites, these apps, and
I have some weird stories. Like I said, I was only ever on a BDSM site, only for a few weeks, but I accumulated some scorchers.
Oh man.
So beyond all the people asking, because I put that I was asexual and you're not asexual, or what the hell is asexuality, which is a whole other bucket of worms that we'll get into someday. I have 2 real dangerous men that I met. One was a 70-year-old man who sent me a very long essay. I'm talking like a sheet of letter paper, practically, saying that I was attractive, but not too attractive, and that he wanted to ship me to either Texas
Ship you?
Yeah, he wanted to, fly me.
I'm sorry, did he use the words, I want to ship you to Texas?
Okay.
No. He said he was going to pay for a plane ticket for me to move to either Texas or somewhere in South America to be his farm/sex slave.
Because you're right in that sweet spot of not too pretty, but just pretty
Yeah,
enough.
I wasn't pretty enough to be a sex slave all the time, so he had to also have me on the farm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
In either Texas or South America.
I feel like it was...
One or the other?
I feel like Texas might have been another guy.
Oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then another one, this is just a weird thing that I do think I want to mention just for safety. There was one guy who turned out to be, he was in the same state as me. And so I didn't want to give away my location because I live in fear. But I was required to put the state, so I did. And he said, oh, you're in this state? It was Maine. I was living in Maine. You're in Maine? Where in Maine? And I was like, no, I'm not telling you that. And so he would message me every day about the weather.
Oh, man.
So that he could cross-reference it on a map to find where I lived.
That is so creepy.
So, there's innocuous stuff that's out there that could turn out to not be cool.
That's scary, dude.
Yeah, I was off that site pretty quickly afterward, thanks to Prince Charming over here.
Aw.
Oh, good. Good God.
That's
Max
so...
to the rescue.
Yeah, damn.
Always.
Eventually.
He got there.
Well, that's so overt, though. I've definitely met some creepy dudes. Obviously, there are the guys who literally send you their dick almost immediately.
I got a lot of that, too.
And, as far as BDSM...
Everyone loves a good unsolicited dick pic.
Jesus Christ.
If you didn't
It's
catch
currency.
that's sarcasm.
Very much.
Very much sarcasm.
But, I've had my share of creepy guys, of course, the unsolicited dick pics, the ones who are like, ooh, I want to take you out to eat and then take you back to my place later. I'm like, this is literally the first time I've talked to you. So the answer is no. But it's never that creepy.
Yeah, I think I was just on the wrong site.
Yeah.
No offense to
sounds like
Color
it.
Space, but
Well, that being said,
it did have you list all of your kinks right when you got on there.
Well, it's the same thing as FetLife, but FetLife, I seem, at least from my experience and my friends' experiences, is a lot safer. One of my best friends, another best friend, not the best friends that met on...
You have so many friends.
I have so many friends. But,
Can't relate.
But...
You have us?
This friend, he's a journalist, but he met his significant other on FetLife. And, they're very happy.
Yeah. I'm sure
They're living
there's
in
other
one of the
people who've had
Carolinas.
more success, but if there's one thing I can take away from this episode, don't go be some old dude's sex slave or his farm slave.
Definitely.
That actually segues into
How
we were going to wrap this up is I want each of us to give just one single bit of advice to any
babies out there.
young bisexuals looking to get on dating apps. Anna.
Be safe. And don't trust people. Everyone's monsters.
Especially if they want you to be a farm slave.
Don't be a farm slave.
Oh my god.
And don't talk about the weather, apparently.
Okay. Note to self, never talk about the weather on dating apps.
Just use your common sense. Don't get murdered. If you are murdered, I'll be so disappointed.
My advice is not that scary.
Good.
But I guess I would say, it sounds so cliche, but this is to guys and girls out there who are, who are bisexuals and looking to go on dating sites. I agree with Maddie. Don't put out there that you're bisexual, or I guess you could put that you're bisexual, not looking to be in a threesome.
Yes,
people will
that is
definitely
the other
respect
option.
But the crux of my advice would be treat others as you would want to be treated.
Aww.
No one wants to be
Murdered.
Not where I was going with this, but also true.
Thank you.
But no one wants to be treated like shit on these websites. You're on there to, if not find a meaningful relationship, to at least have fun. And if your idea of having fun is hurting someone else's feelings, you're a rat bastard.
Or making them your farm slave.
Or making
I'm not
them
over
your
it.
farm slave.
So I have just a couple little bullet points as far as what to put on your Tinder or your Her page or your Bumble page. One, if all of your pictures have Snapchat filters, get rid of them. Get new pictures, please. People want to see your actual face. They want to see you with your friends. They want to see you doing things that you enjoy doing.
Make sure that you do include a picture of you by yourself, though, because
Yes.
I've definitely come across ones where it's like every single one of them is them with like the same 3 people, and I'm like, it's just a guess
Who
on
is it?
on which one you are.
Just
Yeah.
hope they're all hot.
Yeah. And then the other thing is your bio. Like, that is I think the most daunting thing when it comes to getting onto a dating app or a dating website is, what the fuck do I put in my bio?
Very true.
I'm not an interesting person. First of all, you are an interesting person, even if you don't think you are. I personally like to kind of, I play on my humor when I fill out those bios. So if you're funny, make it funny. Make it witty.
Yeah, like me, I'm hilarious.
Yeah, she's great. Include some emojis, but not too many. And if you have a pet, include a picture of your pet.
Always works.
Everyone likes pets.
Yes,
It's true.
It's a great conversation starter, I promise.
Yeah. And actually, even if you're like, oh, I'm not a dog person, I'm not a cat person, even if that person has whatever animal you're not into, also a great conversation starter, and be like, hey, your cat looks really cute. I'm not into cats. What a weird way to start it, but hey, I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah, it might work.
I'm going to defend my cat.
The other thing I do also want to say is, I know I've been kind of like a scaredy cat this episode, but you got to get yourself out there. Mm-hmm. Don't put yourself out of your comfort zone. Don't get crazy, but be brave. You're worth it, and you're going to meet the amazing friend or romantic companion of your dreams.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
That's a good place to stop. I like that.
I know, I'm amazing.
Be brave, guys.
So, if you guys have any funny or crazy online dating stories, send them to our email at byebyebabypodcast@gmail.com. We would love to read them. Mm-hmm. Also, catch us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube, all with the handle BiByeBabyPodcast.
Also, don't forget to tell us whether you're a bagel or a coffee. What do you identify as?
Yes.
I still want to know what that means. I'm so scared.
And thank you guys so much for listening. Bye-bye, babies.
Oh, he's so handsome.